The so-called omniscience, that's the special ability of the protagonist, Kim Dokja. This ability stems from a novel he's been following for 10 years. A novel whose author has updated thousands of chapters, though starting from the 50th chapter, the readership began to dwindle, and after 100 chapters, only Kim Dokja remained as the sole reader. Despite having just one viewer, the author persisted in updating, while Kim Dokja, the only son, followed it from his high school years into adulthood. At 28, the grand finale finally arrived, and as he entered it with anticipation, he discovered the ending was merely a few lines. This novel is a gift for you, dear reader. I believe you can survive. Meanwhile, the author sent an email. Dear reader, this work will switch to a paid paperback in 5 minutes. Cheolgang assists you. Alone and curious, Kim Dokja checked the catalog, only to find the novel indeed removed. But in the email's attachment was the original manuscript. Lamenting if this was a bit shabby for his life, the subway light suddenly dimmed, followed by a piercing screech as the train halted. Passengers panicked, but Kim Dokja alone felt a strange familiarity with the scene before him, mirroring the novel's opening. As if confirming his hunch, a horde of ghouls appeared ahead. Then a stuffed doll emerged from the bushes, babbling nonsense. Some thought it a performance, pulling out phones to record. But the doll, irritated by interruptions, pointed a finger, and the nearest man exploded. Heads burst one by one like blooming flowers, tomato sauce splattering the carriage, and Kim Dokja became certain. The novel he'd chased for a decade, set in an apocalyptic world with 3 survival methods called the fire extinguishing law, had come to life. That doll, dubbed the Goblin in the story, marked the start of all tragedies. Though it wielded life and death power, it was merely a live stream administrator, tasked with broadcasting Earth's chaos to constellations in the sky, known as star spirits watching for amusement. A man approached the doll, mistaking it for a terrorist attack, offering cash and cards to bribe the puppet master. But with a snap, the doll turned his savings to ash, sneering, "You still don't get it. Guess we'll speed things up." A buzzing sound emanated from its head, mechanical antennas whirring, opening a full-frequency livestream channel as constellations tuned in. Simultaneously, a panel appeared before everyone, demanding they kill a living being within 30 minutes or die. Skepticism lingered until a man stepped forward, flashing an Army lieutenant's badge, revealing he'd just received a national Level 1 disaster alert, ordering all troops to assemble, meaning this chaos spanned the country. The already restless crowd erupted, but Kim Dokja was struck by something else. The soldier was Lee Hyun-sung, a key side character from the fire extinguishing law, now real. He recalled Lee Hyun-sung only appeared in the novel after the first main mission, post-protagonist's debut, yet here he was. Wanting to recheck the novel, Kim Dokja found his phone displaying, "The work you're searching for doesn't exist." Realizing the paid switch meant this, he found a fire extinguishing law manual in his inbox. Clicking Receive, his panel updated. Exclusive attribute acquired, exclusive skill activated. A plot point from the novel where livestream survivors earned points from constellations based on performance, gaining props or skills. Eager to test his skill, the system delayed it, so he turned to the novel, memory hazy on early details crucial for escape. Then, a system alert boosted his reading speed, and in under a minute, he'd skimmed half the fire extinguishing law, finding his answer. The novel's first man appeared on train 3707, while his was 3807, right beside the protagonist. Only 2 survived that train in the story, the lieutenant and another. As he sought the other, Yu Sanga showed him a live stream of the Blue House, where the president assured it was just terrorism, only for his head to explode mid-speech. The doll appeared, warped-faced. Annoyed no one had died in 3 minutes, snapping its fingers to cut the timer to 10 minutes, adding, "No kills in 5 minutes, everyone dies." Chaos erupted as a white-haired youth, Jin Nam-yoon, attacked an old woman who'd given him her seat, his school badge revealing his name. Kim Dokja recognized him as the other survivor. No one stopped Jin Nam-yoon. Some joined in, beating the woman, while Lee Hyun-sung clenched his fists but stayed put. Yu Sanga tried intervening, but Kim Dokja held her back. Her name wasn't in the book, meaning she'd die if she went. Instead, he moved toward the crowd, not out of fear or agreement, but waiting for an opening. A blast rocked the adjacent carriage, the subway shuddering, and Kim Dokja seized the moment, tackling Jin Nam-yoon, sending him crashing meters away. Ignoring Jin's curses, he grabbed a transparent box from a boy, handed its contents back, and shouted, "You don't have to kill people to survive." His words stunned the crowd, even Jin Nam-yoon. "The task isn't to kill humans, it's to kill a living thing," he explained, holding up a crushed insect. "Get it?" Seeing it, the mob frantically searched for bugs, their desperation amusing Kim Dokja, who relished the control, crushing another insect and tossing it skyward. His panel flashed. First kill achievement, 100 points awarded, spurring others into a frenzy. With 3 minutes left, Jin Nam-yoon, confused, asked why not just share the bugs. Kim Dokja coolly replied, "Only 3 were left." Grinning, Jin proposed teaming up, admitting he enjoyed watching people fight. But Kim Dokja, knowing Jin's novel persona, ruthless, favored by constellations, hesitated as a system alert confirmed. Understanding of Jin Nam-yoon increased. Exclusive skill, character view, activated, revealing Jin's stats and a warning to steer clear. Yet, Jin offered an alliance, and despite Kim Dokja's disdain for the psychotic character, he coldly declined. Jin moved to kill the old woman, but Kim Dokja grabbed his arm, sparking a fight. Activating Reader's omniscience, he predicted Jin's moves, dodging effortlessly until Jin targeted the woman again. Too slow to stop him fully, Kim Dokja pinned Jin's arm with a knife, burning pain from Jin's blackening skill searing him. Legs trembling, near collapse, he made a ruthless choice. Crushing a locust from his pocket, he earned 100 points, investing 2,700 into stamina. As Jin's next strike hit like steel, he staggered back, baffled. But with 1 minute left, Jin's relentless low stamina attacks failed. At 0, non-completers' heads exploded, leaving 6 survivors on the train to Busan. Kim Dokja, Lee Hyun-sung, Yu Sanga, Han Myung-oh, a rich man who'd snagged a bug, and the boy. Outside, a ruined city loomed, giant monsters ruling as a river beast. An ichthyosaur from the novel emerged, sparing the train due to newbie protection. The doll reappeared, gleeful with 21 constellations watching, announcing sponsorship eligibility. Kim Dokja's 4 options included Prisoner of the Golden Headband, Sun Wukong, a top-tier choice he instantly picked, knowing its power. As the next mission loomed, a rear carriage exploded. Kim Dokja realized he'd forgotten the true protagonist, urging everyone out before the man's arrival spelled doom. Lee Hyun-sung, with his new Steel Master skill, pried open a door, and they fled to a bridge mission, cross a broken span in 20 minutes. Though intact now, a whirlpool signaled an impending ichthyosaur attack, and as they ran, the doll upped the difficulty, reviving corpses into ghouls. Trapped, a constellation's Savior Beyond bridged the gap, but it allowed only even-numbered groups. Han Myung-oh grabbed Yu Sanga and crossed, leaving Kim Dokja needing a partner. A giant book appeared, his bookmark skill summoning Jin Nam-yoon's abilities, letting him fight off a mutated ghoul, barely surviving as the bridge collapsed behind him. All memories of Jin Nam-yoon flooded Kim Dokja's mind, but the system warned his understanding of the character was too low, limiting him to activating only some skills. Without hesitation, he triggered Blackening, a dark energy coiling around him as the mutated Jin Nam-yoon charged. Kim Dokja calmly sidestepped, the image of a dagger flashing, landing a critical blow on Jin Namyoon. Yet the bookmark's duration was short, and facing endless attrition, he'd eventually falter. Then, a loud explosion halted all the ghouls, and as the dust settled, a man approached with steady steps, his gloomy face glinting with an indefinable light, the fire of extinction. This was Yoo Jung-hyuk, the novel's sole protagonist, exuding a presence too daunting to challenge. Kim Dokja quickly used character view, but the system flagged Yoo Jung-hyuk's information as overwhelming, forcing a selective scan. Before he could finish, a large hand seized his throat. Yoo Jung-hyuk, a veteran of 3 regressions, devoid of emotional fluctuation, eliminating any perceived threat, and now Kim Dokja was that threat. Suddenly, the system chimed. Your understanding of Yoo Jung-hyuk has reached a high level, unlocking reader's Omniscient Stage 2. Instantly, Kim Dokja could peer into Yoo Jung-hyuk's thoughts, seeing himself as an anomaly, unfazed by the world's upheaval, unlike an NPC, marking him as dangerous. A golden gleam flared in Yoo Jung-hyuk's eyes, SS rank Sage's eyes, capable of piercing hidden stats, the pinnacle of scouting skills, but the system countered with fourth wall, deflecting the gaze. Caught off guard, Yoo Jung-hyuk tightened his grip, his SSG rank skills unrivaled except by prophets, fueling his suspicion. With his life hanging by a thread, Kim Dokja gambled, posing as a prophet. You can't clear Scenario 46. You should know that. Yoo Jung-hyuk's surprise was palpable. Prophets, tied to rare constellations, were nearly mythical, with only one known on Earth. Activating lie detection, he confirmed Kim Dokja's words, loosening his hold as the bridge countdown dwindled. With 2 of them, they met the even-numbered crossing rule, and though others trailed, Yoo Jung-hyuk's aura kept them at bay. Kim Dokja exhaled in relief, but exhaustion canceled reader's omniscience, a bad omen realized when, steps from the finish, Yoo Jung-hyuk stopped, turned, and asked, "One last question." Before Kim Dokja could react, he was hoisted over the broken bridge, an ichthyosaur's jaws gaping below. "If you're a prophet," Yoo Jung-hyuk said, "will I let go or not?" Cursing internally, skills depleted, Kim Dokja relied on novel knowledge. 2 things. I'm not yours, and cooperation matters. Let go if you want. I'll survive. Yoo Jung-hyuk smirked faintly, releasing him, saying, "I believe you're a prophet, but prove you can live." The ichthyosaur's jaws snapped shut, swallowing Kim Dokja with a surge of seawater into its vast stomach, littered with debris and corpses. As the beast stirred, signaling digestion in 3 hours per the novel, a light flashed. The goblin appeared, declaring Kim Dokja's bridge mission failed, offering death or surrender of all points. Ignoring it, Kim Dokja taunted, "Kill me if you can, sniveling goblin." The constellations buzzed. Stunned, he knew its name, and he demanded, "Cut the stream first." Reluctantly, it did. Live streams, a galactic broadcast system, featured constellations as viewers, humans as actors, and goblins as hosts. Kim Dokja countered its query. "Don't you want to outshine Dokebi and Jeddah as the top host?" Sparking ambition in the goblin's eyes. It laughed, noting his rejection of all sponsors, even Sun Wukong, suggesting he wanted its backing. Kim Dokja clarified, "I don't need you, but your channel. Sign me to an exclusive live stream deal." Such contracts typically bound goblins and constellations, avatars earning points for their hosts, but Kim Dokja, sponsorless, argued his unique value. A non-avatar outperforming sponsored players could skyrocket a channel's popularity. The goblin, realizing his potential after his clash with Yoo Jung-hyuk spiked viewership, reopened the stream, triggering a bonus mission: escape and kill the ichthyosaur in 10 days, or die. Kim Dokja vowed to surpass Yu Jong-hyuk, opening the goblin's shop and seeking the ancient dragon's heart, but it was sold, leaving him with 4 spikes and seahorse slime for 800 points. Coating the spikes in slime to resist acid, he clung to the stomach wall, surviving 4 grueling days on scraps until the spikes bled the beast dry. The system rewarded 9,000 points for slaying the rank 7 sea monster, and the goblin, awed, offered an exclusive contract. 50% revenue split, begrudgingly raised to 100%, plus a 5,000-point signing bonus after Kim Dokja's leverage. Ashore, a prompt warned of a heavily polluted second main area, urging shelter underground as his skin corroded. Swapping for an Elon monkey lung, 20-minute immunity for 0 points, he grabbed food from a supermarket, finding a dying woman behind a shelf. Carrying her to a sealed subway station, he forced entry with a spike, slipping her the lung to purge her toxins. Before he could rest, dozens surrounded him, led by a vested teen, Iron Pillar, demanding he leave the woman and food. Recognizing no such novel character, Kim Dokja faced Constellation ire. Sun Wukong and the fire judge raged, triggering a bounty. Disable them in 5 minutes. With 33 combined strength and agility, he floored Iron Pillar and his lackeys effortlessly, sparing them as the system revealed Iron Pillar's sponsor, the masochistic king of rat beers, earning him 100 bonus points. Descending deeper, he reunited with Yu Sanga's group, but another crowd emerged, led by Cheon Inho, a novel figure backed by the wild boar of Sanctuary. Expecting a fight, Kim Dokja was surprised when Cheon welcomed him as a food-bringing hero, revealing Kim Ho Station's 87 survivors split into core and fringe factions, the former hoarding supplies. Refusing to share freely, Kim Dokja offered food for 50 points each, backed by the revived woman, Jung Hee-won, who'd been abandoned by her peers. His stance, earned goods weren't free, won over his allies, netting 1,450 points by morning, though Cheon twisted it, ending free distribution and pinning blame on Kim Dokja. That night, a new goblin confiscated all food, imposing a 100-point daily survival fee, a twist Kim Dokja hadn't foreseen, possibly tied to his goblin deal altering the world line. Rallying the group to hunt monster meat in the tunnels, Cheon forced Han Myung-oh, a liability, into the team as a spy. Lee Gil-young's bug-chatting skill confirmed safety ahead, while Lee Hyun-sung triggered a hidden quest, hunt edible monsters for 500 points. Targeting rank 9 ground rats, Kim Dokja's crew dominated, but Han Myung-oh's scream drew a bite, pulling him and Yu Sanga underground, leaving Jung Hee-won too weak to help. Kim Dokja entrusted Jung Hee-won to Lee Hyun-sung's care, then ventured with Lee Gil-young into Net-dong, known as Dark Edge, a shadowy lair of ground rats where light was swallowed, making navigation impossible without Gil-young's illuminating skill. Suddenly, Gil-young asked, "You let that ground rat escape on purpose, didn't you? Your face didn't change much back then." Kim Dokja broke into a cold sweat. This side character was sharp, but admitted he knew the rats' habits. They'd stash supplies in one spot, traceable via their burrows, where his prize awaited. He hadn't anticipated dragging Yu Sanga into it, though. Gil-young grabbed his hand, trusting him, likening his tactics to a video game protagonist steering the group. Silently, they pressed on, spotting a glow ahead, a treasure guarded by skeletal rats, beside a captured Han Myung-oh and Yu Sanga. Han Myung-oh griped, "If I didn't like Yu Sanga, I'd never have taken that subway and gotten into this mess." Their bickering grated on Kim Dokja, who flung 10 spikes at Han Myung-oh, not to kill, but to lure the boss. The pierced ground erupted, a crushing pressure bursting nearby bugs, the rats trembling as if awaiting royalty. A robed undead mage, the Dark Guardian, emerged, triggering a system update. Eliminate the Dark Guardian. Kim Dokja rushed to free the captives, pulling them away from the Lord-tier demon, a beast that absorbed lesser monsters' traits to grow stronger. He aimed to separate it from the rats, but its roar unleashed mental pollution. Though fourth wall dulled the terror, the Guardian's fury intensified. Yu Sanga's translation skill misfired, calling it Mother, and it pointed at Han Myung-oh as Father, then stabbed a tentacle into his mouth, coughing up spawn. Kim Dokya severed it, enraging the Guardian into a tentacle-flailing frenzy, shattering his dagger. Dodging, he yelled for the livestream's Dokebi, who appeared, shocked. "How'd you know I was watching?" Kim Dokya demanded the sniveling goblin's package, his pre-ichthyosaur items, including Faith Shatterer, a cocoon-breaking tool. The Dokebi mocked its inadequacy, noting high-tier weapons needed skills, but Kim Dokya had bought one, fusing it with Blade of Faith, a lightsaber-like anti-demon weapon. Still, wielding it without a sponsor risked exhaustion, so he activated Bookmark 2, Lee Hyun-sung's shadow, granting a minute of weapon mastery. With Reader's omniscience, he spotted a gap after 2 attacks, striking a critical blow, stunning constellations that a sponsorless human could dominate. The Dokebi fumed with envy as rewards poured in, questioning why Kim Dokya didn't finish the Guardian for bonus points as the first to slay a rank 7 demon. Kim Dokya insisted on claiming the task reward, repelling sufficed, until Han Myung-oh mocked his caution and lunged for the kill. The system warned, "Dark Guardian slain, God of wrath and desire notices you." Kim Dokya cursed inwardly. Demons served gods in the novel, a risk he'd avoided. At the chest, he split 3 rewards: Mana Bracelet, Old Shield, Monster Cooking Flame, among the others, keeping the chest itself. Per Yu Jung-hyuk's 6th regression discovery, placing 2 low-tier items, Guardian's Core and Faith Shatterer, inside, spawned a high-tier one, Unbroken Faith, a constellation's weapon boosting strength and stamina, sparking envy as his broken sword reformed. Lee Gil-young reported bad news. The fight killed all nearby bugs, cutting his navigation, though he sensed a distant Grade A king mantis. As the cave quaked, Kim Dokya stopped him. Its arrival would bury them. But Yusanga's glowing thread skill guided them out, piquing his curiosity about her unrevealed sponsor. The sniveling goblin returned, claiming a ban for excessive ads, but Kim Dokya doubted the simplicity. Back at the station, 20 minutes to midnight, survivors begged Cheon In-ho for points promised for scouting, now reneged. Young Hee-won's weapon grip tightened, her attributes nearing evolution, when Cheon In-ho emerged, inciting the crowd. "Kim Dokya has the most points. He should help." Eyes turned to him like a savior, some thugs drawing weapons, but Kim Dokya slashed one's arm off, retorting, "Survivors here carry blood on their hands. Stop playing White Lotus." Kim Ho had 87 people. Now it's 50. Cheon In-ho says monsters killed them, but why are his men unscathed? Their points growing. Doubt spread. Cheon's scouts hoarded loot under guises. Kim Dokya roared, "If you've got dignity, fight for what's yours. That's the New World's rule." The crowd ignited, attacking Cheon's faction, even kids joining, as Jung Hee-won impaled a thug, her hatred erupting. A red glow enveloped her, the system announcing, "Purification conditions met. Jung Hee-won evolves to evil-slaying judge." Kim Dokya reeled, the strongest of 3 judges claimed by an NPC. Her scales materialized, approved by her fire judge constellation, turning her into a slaughter goddess, decapitating Cheon In-ho in breaths. She divvied most points to survivors, returning loot and gifting Kim Dokya 1,500 for saving her, pushing his total to 20,000 via livestream bonuses, enough to tweak all stats. The second main quest hit. Cross the tunnel to the first stronghold, 500 points, 3 stops away teeming with foes. Exhausted, Kim Dokya urged rest, then surfaced, kneeling before a statue per novel memory, slicing it with unbroken faith. The sniveling goblin freaked, "You'll ruin my channel!" But Kim Dokya knew breaking constellation seals yielded skills or items fast. He gave Jung Hee-won the statue's grass, justice, and will boost. Usanga, its beads, mana response, and moved on. A new copy mission triggered with a gust, conjuring his dead mother's illusion. Fourth wall shattered it, but Jung Hee-won, eyes red from low mental resistance, attacked, demonized. Knocking her out, Usanga's beads cleansed the group. Nearing the goal, a swordswoman, Lee Ji-hye, a key novel figure with war sea god backing, blocked them, leading them to the stronghold after their illusion breakthrough. Drunks propositioned the women, but Lee Ji-hye's blade silenced them. Kim Dokja probed about Yoo Jung-hyuk. Her killing intent flared, denying his presence. A boy confirmed Yoo Jung-hyuk saved them days ago, making them devotees, with Lee Ji-hye hunting food and Kong Pil-du's landlord alliance controlling water for points or goods, one of the novel's 10 evils. Lee Gil-young tripped into a green zone, triggering Gatlings. Private rooms, 170 capacity, versus monster zones, rent or death demanded. Kim Dokja shielded him, facing Kong Pil-du, a balding 48-year-old with armed domain skills, unkillable lest the plot derail. Offering daily rent, Kong scoffed, calculating Kim Dokja a deadbeat like Yoo Jung-hyuk, demanding 1,000 points for Gil-young's trespass. Gatlings fired, Lee Hyun-sung's shield buckling when Yoo Jung-hyuk arrived, slashing not Kim Dokja, but Kong, who yielded. Annoyed Kim Dokja lived, Yoo Jung-hyuk scanned the team with Sage's eyes, disappointed in Lee Hyun-sung's mere tankiness, but shocked at Jung Hee-won's judge class, envious. Kim Dokja questioned fostering Kong's tyranny. Yoo Jung-hyuk dismissed the local's fate, unfazed by a mock punch, his growth screaming protagonist aura. Jung Hee-won awoke, confident she could oust Kong alone, activating judgment time, but her scales wavered as the system cut in. The Fire Judge constellation doubted the trial's fairness, prompting Kim Dokja to explain. Constellation's moral standards differ. Kong Pil-du's lawful use of skills didn't mark him as evil, but defeating him was simple. Lure him from his armed domain. Just then, the sniveling goblin appeared, announcing the third main quest: seize green zones within 7 days, or face relentless night assaults outside them. Chaos erupted as survivors, hardened by prior trials, raced to act first. Kim Dokja calmed his group, suggesting they split to find empty rooms, rendezvous in 20 minutes if unsuccessful, though he knew from the novel no rooms would be vacant, forcing theft. As he stared at the novel, a voice snapped, "Stop gawking at a blank memo and find a room." Realizing only he could read it, his curiosity deepened about the author's nature. Lee Ji-hye, appearing behind, questioned his inaction. He grinned. "Who says you need a room to survive?" Stunned, she asked if he rivaled her master, Yoo Jung-hyuk, who urged her back to safety, unconcerned yet confident Kim Dokja wouldn't die. Jung Hee-won's group returned empty-handed, and Kim Dokja offered 2 paths: kill for a 5-person room or follow his lead. Shocked at murdering non-enemies, they chose the latter, trusting his dire warning. With 5 minutes until monsters spawned, he reversed strategy. Enter the tunnel as they emerged, where hidden rooms lay, task-compliant zones. Usanga triggered one for 3. She and Jung Hee-won hid, pulling in a besieged Lee Hyun-sung with her thread skill. Safe, Kim Dokja and Lee Gil-young dashed elsewhere, chased by monsters. Admiring Yoo Jung-hyuk's third regression feat, enduring outside with Lee Hyun-sung till dawn, he dismissed mimicking it, opting for a reader's fight. Activating Bookmark 1, Jin Nam-yoon, his speed surged, weaving through foes to a green glow, a room occupied by Yoo Jung-hyuk. Cursing, he accused, "You could survive out there!" Yoo Jung-hyuk, lounging, claimed exhaustion, infuriating Kim Dokja. In the 4th regression, Yoo found this room, yet now preempted it. Swallowing protests, he begged Yoo to shelter Gil-young, diving into the horde. Light flared as prison mode activated, a prior illusion-breaking reward. rendering him invisible to monsters briefly, though mental pollution loomed, mitigated by fourth wall. Awakening. A woman stood behind. Anna Croft, the prophet he'd impersonated, wielding rare timeline-manipulating skills rivaling Yu Jung-hyuk's sage's eyes. Seeking Yu to hasten regressions, she'd sent cash instead, now confronting Kim Dokja's lie. Her higher lie detection pierced his facade, but fourth wall expelled her. Back at the station, Yu Sanga confirmed day one's survival. Lee Gil-young now with Yu Jung-hyuk, who'd promised strength but bristled at Kim Dokja's dimming protagonist aura, focused on bigger tasks. Day 2 loomed, and Kim Dokja aimed to boost his team. Lee Hyun-sung's evolution, due earlier, was outpaced by Jung Hee-won's judge role, mutual foes of evil needing a trigger. At an underground meadow, he allied with Lee Ji-hye against Kong Pil-du's massive room, as smaller ones would collapse, killing many. Cold outwardly, Lee Ji-hye wasn't Yu Jung-hyuk's ruthless ilk. At dusk, Jung Hee-won took Yu Sanga and Gil-young to the platform. Lee Hyun-sung scouted upstairs, finding bullies harassing a girl, his evolution chance. Spending 4,000 points on stamina, Kim Dokja backed Lee Hyun-sung, who disarmed the leader, sparking the turf war. Kong's men countered, but Lee Hyun-sung's Tarzan push repelled them. Kim Dokja breached Kong's domain, Gatlings firing until Lee Hyun-sung's shield blocked them. Closing in, a minion cried, "Big bro, our turf's collapsing!" Kim Dokja signaled Lee Hyun-sung, who clenched his fist, golden light erupting, wings unfurling as the system hailed his evolution, unlocking new skills. A ground-shaking punch crumbled the second floor, nullifying Kong's domain. Jung Hee-won's team demolished small rooms, Lee Ji-hye tackling mid-sized ones, irking constellations craving human struggle, not sabotage, issuing a 2,000-point bounty on Kim Dokja. Lee Ji-hye fled, wishing him luck, but he stayed calm. Chaos would soon shift focus. With all green zones destroyed, the system glitched, unleashing all monsters at once. Survive the remainder. Many perished instantly. Escapees found stairs blocked by Kim Dokja's sword, collapsing the hall. Activating Bookmark 3, Cheon Inho, he incited, "Fight the tide together. The green zones were the trap. Abandon them, and the system spawns manageable foes." Kong hesitated, then rallied Gatlings, bolstered by his Landlord Lord constellation, holding the line, though green zones drained fast. Kim Dokja, abstaining from combat, pondered Yu Jung-hyuk's 11-hour absence. Buying a 10,000-point contract and 5,000-point mana potions from the Dokaibi, he waited. Kong's sponsor, low-tier and point-starved, faced ruin if Kong died. Kim Dokja offered the contract, mana restoration for 10 daily commands, signed by Kong's constellation, a human constellation packed stunning viewers. Agreeing to ensure Kong's safety and growth, a potion restored him mid-battle. Kong, oblivious to being sold, vowed post-task vengeance, but Kim Dokja gagged him, "Don't curse your master," leaving Lee Hyun-sung and Yu Sanga to watch him. Heading surfaceward, he sought an underground city from the novel. 8 floors Yu Jung-hyuk hit 6 times successfully, failing at 8 and 11, now on his third life, risking death and a world reset. To save him, Kim Dokja's team entered via a cinema, debating weapons. Lee Ji-hye's durable blade from Yu Jung-hyuk, Jung Hee-won's awkward dagger, vowing upgrades post-fight. Voices upstairs defied the novel's timeline, teleporting them to a primeval forest, Jurassic Park, floor 1 of 8 film worlds. A Tyrannosaurus chased survivors. Gil-young blinded it, Jung Hee-won and Lee Ji-hye slashed its legs, and Kim Dokja's flame-augmented unbroken faith pierced its neck, felling it. The survivors credited a prophet, not Anna, hinting at another reader. But Kim Dokja, using reader's omniscience, snagged most Research Institute supplies, escaping via helicopter. Posters tore per cleared film. Floors 1 to 3 were shredded. Yoo Jung-hyuk's work. After Titanic, Avengers offered 2 items. Jung Hee-won took a samurai sword. Lee Ji-hye failed Thor's hammer, tainted by killing her friend. Gil-young lifted it effortlessly, and Kim Dok-yeol nabbed Captain America's knockoff shield. At Floor 7, Myeongyang's naval battle, historically 12 ships versus 300, now 1, Lee Ji-hye, descendant of Admiral Yi Sun-sin, her war sea god, froze, haunted by her friend's death in this favorite film. Tasked to inspire her victory, Kim Dok-yeol urged, "Killing to live isn't forgiven by dying here, but rising now saves others." Snapping awake, her blood-red aura summoned 12 ships via Yi's Phantom, routing the Japanese fleet in 30 minutes. The naval battle ultimately forced the Japanese army to retreat, declaring victory for Kim Dok-yeol's side. He received a mission reward, a new bookmark skill, which nearly made him stumble in disbelief. In the novel, Lee Ji-hye only mastered this skill in the latter half, yet here it was handed to him so easily. An ominous sign. Wars require supplies beforehand, and Floor 8's situation might be escalating faster than he'd anticipated. Teleported back to the cinema, he left an exhausted Lee Ji-hye to rest, taking only Jung Hee-won and Lee Gil-young to Floor 8. He couldn't afford carelessness, spending points along the way to boost his physical strength. Floor 8, dubbed Sky Garden, housed its boss, the underground city's master. Though weak in direct combat, this illusionist excelled at mind control. Upon entering, Kim Dok-yeol spotted Yoo Jung-hyuk, just as he'd feared, a puppet of the illusionist. Outwardly cold and formidable, Yoo's repeated regressions had left his heart riddled with cracks, making him vulnerable to such manipulation. As Kim Dok-yeol strategized, Yoo suddenly struck, his fist sending Kim Dok-yeol flying over 10 meters. Seeing him hit, Jung Hee-won's eyes flared red. She teleported behind Yoo with her evil-slaying judge skill, slashing down, only for him to dodge with startling speed. A ceiling counterattack followed, hurling her away. Lee Ji-hye arrived just in time to witness this, baffled by her master's transformation. Kim Dok-yeol urged her to target the illusionist, but Yoo intercepted with a sweeping kick to her face. Jung Hee-won unleashed Judgment Time, unsurprisingly ineffective against Yoo. Lee Gil-young tried summoning lightning with Thor's hammer, but Yoo's counter skill canceled it outright. Seizing the moment, Kim Dok-yeol checked Yoo's mission data, chilling at the revelation. A new legacy skill had awakened, progressively unlocking all abilities from past regressions. Prolonging the fight would only worsen their odds. From Jurassic Park supplies, he pulled a Tyrannosaurus essence, boosting his attributes for 30 minutes. Downing it, power surged through him. Unable to match Yoo's skill count, he'd rely on raw stats. Sensing killing intent, Yoo's face turned unprecedentedly grave. In a breath, their swords clashed, then parted. Yoo lunged again. The system pinged. His skills had upgraded. Kim Dok-yeol cursed the protagonist's aura inwardly, forced to multitask, fighting while activating Reader's Omniscient Stage 2. Seeking weaknesses, he instead heard Yoo's thoughts. Better to start over. Under mind control he couldn't break, Yoo intended to trigger a new regression skill, resetting the world to the disaster's dawn. Terror gripped Kim Dok-yeol. He wasn't a static novel character. A reset could erase him entirely. Desperate, he shouted, "Yoo Jung-hyuk, hear me! You're not alone! 2 lives ago, crying over your sister, stabbed by the prophet, losing your friend to madness, facing the Demon King. I, your reader, was with you silently. Don't give up. I'll save you." Switching unbroken faith to flame mode, he unleashed Chung Mu-gong's mightiest skill, Blade Song, summoning thousands of lightning-forged swords raining down, not at Yoo, but caging him, to target the illusionist. As victory neared, Yoo activated Death Revival, sacrificing a life to break free, shielding the illusionist. Kim Dok-yeol's trump card struck. a grade 6 insect king, summoned by Lee Gil-young, crashed into the barrier, fixating on Yu. Circling behind, Kim Dokya beheaded the illusionist, who smirked, launching a mental erosion skill. Expecting a strong puppet, it met fourth wall's magic, faltering. Kim Dokya's blade finished it, turning it to golden dust. The system announced the theater master's first kill, awarding 9,000 points. Meteors streaked overhead as others wished. Kim Dokya saw a calamity's omen. Yu Jung-hyuk, mentally scarred, fell comatose. Leaving Lee Ji-hye to care for him, Kim Dokya led the rest back to Chungmuro Station. Halfway, Jung Hee-won halted, questioning, "Who are you?" His earlier outburst to Yu had been overheard. He confessed, "I know parts of the future. We're partners." She nodded, accepting trust over details. Contacting the sniveling goblin, he feared the live stream exposed 3 ways to survive, but the Dokaibi claimed Constellation's auto-filled gaps, a probability mechanic from the novel correcting anomalies, relieving Kim Dokja. Back at Chungmuro, Kong Pildu faced Lee Hyun-sung, turning Gatlings on Kim Dokja, cut short by the 4th main quest prompt, a station-based flag war, requiring a representative chosen via a white flag grab in 5 minutes. As the flag appeared, Kong charged, aiming to escape Kim Dokja's contract. Kim Dokja's command dropped him mid-reach. Stepping on him, he claimed the flag, needing to hold it 5 minutes. Kong's grade 6 armed domain rose, but Kim Dokja's order disarmed it, offering survivors 2 choices: leave Chungmuro or stay under his protection, Kong bound to him. Of 29, 20 were Kong's men, most staying. 5 left. The countdown ended, activating the flag battle. Each station a team, planting flags to conquer others. Kim Dokja's task: seize Changsan Station in 12 days for 2,000 points. Motorcycle roars echoed. Kang Il-hun, Dongdaemun's vice rep, disarmed, proposing an alliance. Reader's omniscience showed his weak stats. Trustworthy for now. Naming himself, Kim Dokja caught Kang's fleeting expression shift, agreeing to meet their rep. Mid-ride, they leapt off, spotting an ambush 100 meters out. Weak foes dispatched fast, leaving one alive. Chungmuro's battle cries drew them back. The station was chaos. Myeongdong's rep, red flag aloft, assaulted Chungmuro. Kong's domain held, but faltered. Myeongdong retreated. Kim Dokja's flame-augmented unbroken faith torched the tunnel, killing the rep, turning Chungmuro's flag red, plus 5% attack/defense. Flag colors: white lowest, then red, blue, brown, purple, black, shifted via conquest or rep kills, boosting team stats. Clearing the field, he hit Myeongdong Station, finding corpses and 3 masked killers fleeing. Claiming it activated the Road King hidden quest: conquer 1 station daily for 10 days or die, enhancing leadership. Back at Chungmuro, suspicions grew. Myeongdong's attack post-departure, its prior massacre too coincidental. Interrogating a survivor, Kang Il-hun's words emerged. Dongdaemun's prophets sent them, fainting mid-sentence via a suggestion skill blocking leaks. 3 ways mention no such group. Either new readers beyond Anna Croft or fellow novel knowers existed. Entrusting Yu Sanga with partial authority to punish Kong, he headed to confirm. Between Chungmuro and Dongdaemun lay a historical park, likely Dongdaemun held. Expecting a fight, he found only an East Temple flag. A tunnel group emerged. Reader's omniscience failed. Non-novel characters, like Yu Sanga, possibly real-world transplants. They scanned him, blocked by 4th wall, apologizing. "Your name?" "Yu Jung-hyuk," he grinned, masking his identity. He'd finished 3 ways, but 12 others glimpsed it, script sharers. They believed him, citing Lee Hyun-sung's presence from the novel. Lee Sung-guk, Dongdaemon's vice rep beneath Changxin yielded the flag, promising territory, but its transfer needed their rep. Kim Dokja agreed, curious. Did Lee have the novel, and how many prophets roamed? Noticing Lee's phone glances, he spent 5,000 points on agility, glimpsing a chat group before Lee hit it. Meeting the rep, a squat Han Dong-hoon with network skills, Lee admitted controlling him, having met other readers claiming prophethood, seeking Yu Jung-hyuk's backing. Quoting the novel, Lee's aide, Young Min Sob, grew skeptical. Yu was handsome, Kim Dokja average, lacking Lee Ji-hye. Dropping the act, Kim Dokja slashed Jung, exposing a hidden flag. Han was a decoy, the real rep elsewhere. His flag turned brown, plus 10% attack defense. That night, he seized 6 stations, leaving Changxin for the Road King quest. Lee and Jung defeated, allied anyway. 48 readers knew fragments, 12 apostles plotting via Han's land to defy fate. A mask from Jung altered his face to Yu Jung-hyuk's, infiltrating a reader party. Fans swarmed, praising Yu's second regression demon king fight, post-chapter 50, an apostle's knowledge. A blood-red meteorite called a weapon for Yu trembled, not a gift, but the 5th quest's flame dragon, unleashed early by apostles to kill them. The Dokebi paused it, then tasked survival against Ignal for 20 minutes. 3,000 points, or death. Unbeatable, its normal attacks dodged, but every 3 minutes, its spark burst loomed. They had to find a hidden pedal in the courtyard, with random numbers inscribed on it, the number of people matching the pedal's count, granting a 10-second invincibility effect. Just as this side finished explaining the rules, someone killed another over the pedal, and Kim Dokja's group also discovered one, though the numbers revealed 1 less death than expected. Seeing Yu Jung-hyuk had already gathered his strength, a man hurriedly shouted for Kim Dokja to hide on his pedal, his number perfectly matching 2,000 troops, an invincible zodiac sign blocking the first wave of flames for them. Kim Dokja glanced at the man beside him, only then noticing the earlier wink, his eyes instantly turning cold before drawing a knife to kiss it, asking, "You're an apostle, aren't you?" Unexpectedly, the man admitted it, revealing their goal. Killing excess prophets was just a side task, their true aim being to recruit Yu Jung-hyuk for a hunt, lured by the promise of generous rewards. Kim Dokja then noticed the man hadn't shed a drop of sweat since earlier, a chilling scent emanating from him, instantly recalling a novel's elixir called the Frost Pill, effective within 30 minutes of ingestion, resisting fire and sensing a punch carefully with 5 others exuding the same scent, all accomplices of the man. Smirking, the man said, "If Mr. Yu Jung-hyuk helps us, we can offer you the drug too, but if you refuse, your base camp might collapse soon. Our generation's clock completed the King's Road mission long ago, seizing 10 stations, now standing before the noon flag. And I can tell you, he's one of us, the only one who's read all the notifications, knowing your entire past and future." Hearing this, Kim Dokja realized that, aside from himself, no second person could have read all the notifications, recognizing his own number had been stolen. Yet he wasn't angry, stepping off the pedal directly, saying, "Seems you've forgotten my heart's mark. I don't fear death, for I can die countless times. But I'm curious, will you two return together, or be ground down by this world?" Sensing something amiss, the man's face shifted, ordering his capture, but it was too late. Kim Dokja charged into Yu Jung-hyuk's roar, planting the noon flag on the throne, triggering a system prompt. "You've occupied 10 stations, completing the hidden quest King's Road," followed by 3 options to become one of those kings. Without hesitation, Kim Dokja chose the non-killing king, and the 2 pursuers behind him were instantly incinerated, sparks turning them to ash, then redirecting along the dragon toward the golden calf, though Kim Dokja stood still, letting the flames burn him to drifting ashes. The system announced the player's death, but a second later, a window flared. The non-killing king trait activated, the lone sun suddenly awakening, finding himself elsewhere, clothes intact, unsurprised, as this stemmed from the non-killing king's perk. Failing to save 100 lives granted a revival coin, with a bonus 1 on first use, explaining his return from death, though revival wasn't quite complete. As he trailed them, Stage 3 triggered by the omniscient reader's viewpoint, clashing with the non-killing king, entering an out-of-body state. Still unclear on what happened, feeling only dizziness, he opened his eyes to find himself at the noon road, watching Yu Sangha sip silently, unseen by them, when her warning cord snapped, an omen of an enemy invasion. The dog quickly rallied everyone, but they soon realized the station's invaders weren't human, but a horde of loners, though, fortunately, Yu Sangha's deputy wasn't useless, training the group to fight around Kong Biju's turret, clearing the monsters easily, until, unexpectedly, 5 more emerged from the tunnel as the creatures died or were wounded. The lead man sighed. Worthy of Yu Jung-hyuk's turf, mere loners can't handle it. And sensing ill intent, Kong Biju summoned Li Jihye, only for the group to spot him, unafraid, a bald one grinning. Hand over that woman. I've long wanted to test her depths. Without a word, Kong Biju fired the turret, but the bullets were blocked by a man's shield, an onlooker sweating coldly, noting it was a magic bullet. Without knowing the fire law, such preparation was impossible, suggesting these 5 were substantial. Too bad they missed a detail. Both Li Jihye and Kong Biju had upgraded strategies with his aid, unlike the novel, thinking they wouldn't fall easily, when Dong Munam pulled something from his clothes, tossing it into the fray, erupting in a massive blue flame, instantly reversing the tide, gravely injuring Li Jihye's group, while the apostles, bearing the frost pill, were unscathed. The bald one grabbed Li Jihye's hair, lifting her off the ground, sneering, "This is how a side character should look, just a novel figure serving readers." As she, unable to resist, gazed toward the tunnel, straining to whisper, "Save me," where Kim Dokya stood, unsure if she saw him or it was coincidence, but her agony sparked his fury at leaving. The system chimed. Due to your intense emotions, the fourth wall trembles slightly, significantly boosting the omniscient reader's viewpoint. And Kim Dokya felt his soul return, not to his body, but Yu Jung-hyuk's, his perspective shifting to first person, beheading the bald man with 1 slash, the other apostles faltering as Yu Jung-hyuk glared like a reaper, declaring, "You'll all die here." The next second, Kim Dokya's consciousness shifted back to the Yu Jung-hyuk fight, the non-killing king trait fully activating, perfectly reconstructing his body, the system announcing Stage 3's full-time release, with first-use rewards pending. Jung Hee-won, shocked at his revival, thought he'd stolen Yu Jung-hyuk's memories, but quickly sent Lee Hyun-sung to fetch him, as beside Kim Dokya stood only a 2, the pedal needing 2 for an invincible shield. Stepping onto it, Ignis attacked again, tremors and sparks bringing vanishing flames, Jung Hee-won's trio rushing over, initially to check his health, but one carelessly glimpsed something unintended, the golden calf feeling shot. Though before Jung Hee-won draped it, he'd given a grass mat, now returned to its original owner. Yet clothes weren't the priority. 5 minutes remained until the mission's end. Ignis set to unleash at least 1 more skill, their numbers lacking a matching pedal. Though luckily, the 5 apostles perished under it, Kiyohama resisting normal fire but not sparks, so he alone urged gathering frost pills, investing 4,000 points to boost magic to level 25, their sole energy to slay Ignis before the next skill. Hoping to amplify ice damage with the frost pill, the system hinted Stage 3's full-time reward settled it. First-person protagonist experience granted a protagonist skill, Kim Dokya pausing, realizing this meant mastering Yu Jung-hyuk's abilities, though the options disappointed him. A random pick from 3, the weakest of Yu Jung-hyuk's arsenal, his face darkening, the lie detector most desired. but fire resistance the clear choice now. Unwilling to decide rashly, he recalled the novel's Ignis chapters, spotting an overlooked setting, shifting his pick to cold resistance, pausing to eat, letting Kiyomaru's group hand him the pills, swallowing them in one gulp, an icy chill spreading as the system boosted cold damage 200%, his level 5 cold resistance sparing him death. He had everyone hide behind him, switching Booger's faith to dark attributes, unleashing a new sword hymn, Chung's martial verse etched on the blade, granting it ice, thunder, and dark traits for 5 minutes. The lone sun leaping, thrusting full force into Ignis's rear well, his heart, mimicking Yu Jung-hyuk's 5th regression sword, piercing it even with just a semicolon, meeting as Ignis wailed in agony, Kim Dokja thinking it worked, only for a tail to whip forth, knocking him hard, nearly fatal, yet seizing the chance, he flung unbreakable faith, slaying the heart, a cold burst ending Ignis entirely, freezing it into a sculpture, constellations live streaming it cheering, sending rewards. As they awaited this mission's bounty, the goat-horned beast doused them with cold reality. Interference deemed it reasonable, cutting rewards beyond base points. Kim Dokja gaining only a talisman, useful in the 5th mission, unsurprised, as this reasonable judgment reflected the novel's authorial will, ensuring script fidelity. Though the beast's next announcement stunned him, after agency discussion, their average ability outstripped the mission's difficulty, dynamically adjusting the next, slashing the 4th mission's time limit to 3 days to seize the target station, or all members die, Kim Dokja's target being Changshin Station, forcing a brief return to rest at noon, only to find 4 subway track entrances held by prior invading apostles, Yu Jung-hyuk nearby with police, tossing the last head, Kim Dokja wanting to chide him for not sparing one to question. When the head twitched, everyone recoiling save the calm golden calf, staring and asking, "Are you a writer?" A unique fire law role, prone to schizophrenia from creative strain, manifesting as avatars, death not affecting the main body, explaining its speech, the man grinning, "Call me the author, for I crafted this fire law." Kim Dokja inwardly scoffing at the nonsense. Yu Jung-hyuk's lie detector confirming truth. The man smugly claiming to hold the fire law novel's manuscript, briefly rattling Kim Dokja, who then sensed a flaw. If he were truly the author, he'd know Kim Dokja, the sole reader, suspecting instead a plagiarist copying the fire law's first 100 chapters during its obscure serialization, Manhwa Tian, winning a platform's monthly vote, outing him as a third-rate copycat, daring to pose as the author. The man paling, clearly struck, lunging at Yu Jung-hyuk in pain, yelling, "I'm the one who knows all. Only I can guide you to reincarnation's end. Kill Kim Dokja if you want my help." Yu Jung-hyuk coldly eyed the head and man. One a self-proclaimed prophet, the other an apocalypse herald, finally stomping the head, sword pointing at Kim Dokja, asking familiarly, "If you know the future too, will I kill him?" The man answered instantly, words cut short by a crushing foot, Yu Jung-hyuk withdrawing his blade in disdain. "You're far beneath him." Turning to leave for the central flag battle, the noon flag taken by the golden calf, leaving Lee Ji-hye behind for solo ease, Kim Dokja slightly guilty for stealing Yu Jung-hyuk's spotlight, but now focused on seizing Changshin Station, held north by the Tyrant King, who'd claimed nearly 20 stations, his flag nearing black, tough to topple, so Kim Dokja devised spreading parts of the fire law. The plagiarist lived, limited to 100 chapters, leaking rare item locations to pit him against the tyrant, tasking Jung Min-seob with it, skilled in online posting, then noticing Lee Gil-young and Yu Sang-ga had character data despite not being in the novel, glancing at Yu Sang-ga, still invisible, pondering why as Jung Min-seob sold the manuscript online, sending Kang Il-hoon, a rumor expert, to offline zones, the Tyrant King's bold heart prompting 2 plans: snatch his flag or take his main camp, first luring them to Gwanghwamun, where fake rare item data drew the tyrant and writer into combat, waiting for mutual damage to grab the flag, Kim Dokja napping on sight, not from exhaustion, but to trigger the omniscient reader's stage 3, predicting emotions in stage 1, reading thoughts in stage 2, and possessing novel characters in first person in stage 3, requiring blurred consciousness and mutual thought, entering Kang Ilhun, seeing the tyrant king's true face, trusting costly data to raid, then Jung Minseob, spotting the plagiarist move with East Side rookie kings toward Guanghwaman, waking exhausted. Stage 3 draining without rewards unless possessing the protagonist, rushing with Yu Sanga to prepare, leaving Lee Hyunsung at noon with Kong Biju to guard Lee Jihye, Yu Junghyuk's asset, Jung Hee-won on another task, bringing Yu Sanga for her history expertise, passing Burley Museum's constellation relics, her discerning eye key against their outnumbered foes, leading them to a Gwandi temple, Z's strongest martial god, foreign yet famed in H, Kim Dokja's reverence earning a system blessing, boosting strength and stamina by 5 for 24 hours, though no items gained. Lee Gil-young's bug warning of approaching ancients-clad figures parting for a stunning woman. Lee Gil-young recognizing international superstar Min Ji-won, a fan in reality, stopped by Kim Dokja's slap. She was a novel character, not real, backed by Seoul's final Heart Queen, one of 3 fierce regions like ancient Korea's 3 kingdoms, fossilized constellation leaders, impressed by Kim Dokja's power, offering 2,000 points to join her against the tyrant and 100 kings. Kim Dokja unimpressed, his constellation contract yielding over 10,000 daily, Min Ji-won upping it to 3,000, mocked by livestream constellations tossing 3,000 to flex, silencing her. Scylla's historical fiction dwarfed by constellation lore. Yu Sanga puzzled, unfamiliar with Lee Gil-young, curious why he called her a star. Kim Dokja checking Lee Gil-young's data, finding real-world traits gone, now fictional, leaving the golden calf baffled. The only explanation was that Lee Gil-young, though he too had read about the fire law, knew too little of the plot, and as it progressed beyond his knowledge, he was judged a novel character, worrying if he'd transform similarly, when the system suddenly hinted, Min Ji-won feels slight fondness toward you, baffling Kim Dokja, who wondered what he'd done to earn her affection, only to recall that in some regression, Yu Junghyuk had once yanked her collar, sparking her obsession with him, making her, in a way, still a Yu fan. On their journey, they were tailed by her female crew, finally reaching Burley Museum, home to an A-grade weapon among 4 exhibition battalions, which Kim Dokja, in fake intel, hyped as SS grade to muddle perceptions, aiming for the real rare items there, but a monster abruptly issued a bonus main quest. Seize the throne before the museum, the victor gaining command over other kings, open only to those with black flags. With no stations left unclaimed, the sole way to change flag color was to steal from other kings, and as the quest dropped, their forces began clashing, Kim Dokja slipping into the museum, instructing Yu Sanga to decode a disc-like device, but as he described it, a red beam struck their scalps, Kim Dokja drawing his sword to parry, facing a magic-infused swordsman, joined by an archer on the roof, character data revealing him as Jo Wonin, backed by the Yellow Mountain hero, a constellation Kim Dokja knew. General Beck, real name of this half-hanging yet brutally fierce foe, too tough solo, pondering if he should boost stamina with points, when a woman's voice cut in. A famed general choosing a lowly thug as an incarnation. Aren't you ashamed? It was Min Ji-won, their roadside stalker, stepping beside Kim Dokja, having earlier tried to recruit him for marriage, now ordering her crew to attack, her forces, representing Scylla's heart behind Jo Wonin, tied to a historic Yellow Mountain War where Scylla triumphed, though many Hwarang, noble Scylla soldiers, fell to Beck's blade, her mostly Hwarang incarnations historically curbed by Jo Wonin's side. The battlefield deadlocked until Yu Sanga returned with the decoded disc. Zie Pini, the golden calf hesitating to equip it fully, placing a hand on it, lifting a bottle suspected to be an ancient stargazing tool from the fire law, endowed with a potent function to summon aid from great figures and constellations. Ranked from historical greats to mythic legends, the lowest tier still crushing incarnations. Kim Dokja aiming to summon Silla's historical general Kim Wushin, King Jinwoo, the system chiming. King Jinwoo has answered your call, granting temporary patronage, and upon reopening his eyes, he brought Kim Wushin into reality, the general taking Kim Dokja's body, eyeing Zhou Wonin's forces, whom he'd slain in the Yellow Mountain battle, thrilled by the familiar scene. Possessing Zhou Wonin to fight himself, Kim Wushin infusing his living weapon's might into unbreakable faith, slamming it into the ground, a black mist spreading as skeletal soldiers, his heart's legion, crawled up, an undead battalion advancing, routing reinforcements, though forced possession broke contracts, unleashing less than half their power, swiftly felled by Hwarang gunfire. Kim Dokja quickly warning Kim Wushin not to kill directly due to his non-killing king restriction against slaying kin. Kim Wushin, though puzzled, summoning a noble to behead Zhou Wonin instead. With 3 minutes left in sanctuary time, Kim Wushin's troops wiping out the rest, the flag falling to Kim Dokja, absorbing brown to evolve into purple. Yet Kim Wushin seemed displeased, hinting this real-world stint bore losses. Kim Dokja, unsure, laughing it off, vowing the general's favor would echo through generations, only for Kim Wushin's tone to shift. I see you lack a backing heart, yet I value you. Join me, sign a backing contract, roam this world with my heart, and you could be this era's greatest. Kim Dokja inwardly scoffing, having rejected even the great sage's pact, this mere great figure constellation prompting a fake smile. I'm just shallow, a pity, sir. Only for Kim Wushin's face to darken. You bear a trap, barring kin killing. What if I kill the woman beside you? Can you still refuse? Panicking at this twist, Kim Dokja's non-killing king trait risking his crown if kin died, he strained to reclaim his body, his fierce will shaking feasibility. The fourth wall skill ejecting Kim Wushin, awakening to Yu Sangha clutching her cord in fear of losing control again. Kim Dokja sighing, vowing caution with future summons, bidding Min Jiwan's Fujian crew farewell, finding Zheng Minseob cloaked, spying on Guanghwamun's gate, where 9 kings, including the tyrant and rider, had entered the instance. Kim Dokja's plan to let them fight first, taking Li Gilyong and Yu Sangha to challenge the museum hideout, a trio tackling the true wine peers instance, swarmed by countless peers bearing teeth and claws, Yu Sangha slashing futilely, Kim Dokja advising to target their underarm death holes, simple enough, yielding 4 Joseon coins per 99 kills. Unlocking the next level, hiding 4 demon-slaying golden calf battalions. Others likely already there, fighting, planning to clean up, only to push the door and smell rot. A central hall campfire fueled not by barrels but corpses. The system announcing entry to the Big Dipper 7-star factory, 7 rooms hosting 7 kings challenges, their servants in the hall, 1 sword-backed man approaching Kim Dokja's trio. Not to fight, but ally. A servant of King Mirok, who'd cleared a room, gaining a star crystal and 7 shards to summon 4 silver swords, though 2 kings fell to the tyrant, crystals stolen, seeking Kim Dokja's aid against him. Kim Dokja agreeing but checking the man's data for safety. The system showing no novel origin, unviewable, sparking realization, about to ask his name when cheers erupted. 3 more cleared a challenge room, their backing great figure constellations language proficient but unremarkable, fitting the 4th quest's proxy war of historical warriors vying for legendary ascension via incarnation battles. The man thrilled, likening it to a wuxia melee. Kim Dokja chuckling. It was indeed so, just uncopied fiction, swiftly beheading him. Chaos erupting as if a fire broke out. Kim Dokja calmly lifting the head, another avatar, taunting, "Where's your real self?" The pierced rider smirking, "You'll see soon." A blade whirling forth, decapitating several, landing in the tyrant's hand, now with 3 golden stones. Kim Dokja alarmed. He'd snagged the hidden 3-wheel ring prop, paired with his star, enabling remote attacks, pondering countermeasures when the goat-horned beast snapped its fingers, announcing the second throne challenge condition. Only 5 could vie for it, prompting mutual slaughter to leave 5 kings, the system noting 12 underground survivors. Kim Dokja stunned. Multiple writers existed, urging caution as a Sparrow King screamed, slain by loyalists, more kings falling, even the tyrant backstabbed by kin, enraged, beheading them, all avatars, a figure darting among kings, snatching new crystals as the system hinted. False King Han Soo-young secured all new crystals, meeting summoning conditions. Kim Dokja surrounded, shocked the writer was a woman, too late to stop her as she sacrificed the gems, summoning the S+ grade 4 hidden demon-slaying sword, gleefully killing only to pause. Her blade wouldn't cut, Kim Dokja grinning wickedly. The 4 hidden's strength lies in its master, predicting their arrival, the system confirming dwindling survivors. The tyrant thrilled, thinking suicide, only for rubble to crash from above, crushing him, Han Soo-young spinning in disbelief. That man? As Yoo Jung-hyuk descended, radiating terror, glaring murderously at Kim Dokja. 3 seconds. Where's my sister? Kim Dokja glancing at Lee Gil-young, who summoned a level 6 serrated beast to block Yoo Jung-hyuk. Han Soo-young ambushed, her purple flag stolen, evolving to black, qualifying for the throne. Kim Dokja looting the tyrant's 3-wheel ring, and another prop, Yoo Jung-hyuk breaking through. Kim Dokja hiding behind a king as a meat shield, dodging a shot, the goat-horned beast appearing overhead. 5 kings remained. Throne conditions met, teleporting them to the battle. Kim Dokja thinking he'd escaped, only to be barred outside, task data showing ineligibility. He'd forgotten to seize his target station, the war's first quest, disqualifying him, lamenting his oversight as Yoo Sanga and Jung Hee-won rushed up, the latter with Yoo Jung-hyuk's sister, Yoo Mia, tasked pre-war by Kim Dokja to retrieve her, giving Lee Ji-hye a note for Yoo Jung-hyuk claiming Northerners took her, luring him to Mount Ri, reducing rivals, only for Yoo Jung-hyuk to see through it, misjudging Kim Dokja as the kidnapper, forcing a Changshin station rush, Jung Hee-won stopping him. Unnecessary, as Yoo Mia revealed her secret, pulling a concrete chunk from her mouth, Kim Dokja staring. It was Changshin's starting point, Jung Hee-won having dug it up pre-return, using Yoo Mia's storage skill. Kim Dokja awed, "You're incredible, Jung Hee-won," planting the flag, completing the prior task, a golden light whisking him to the throne battle. Yoo Jung-hyuk thrashing others, only Min Ji-won, King Miryuk, and a neutral paddler left besides them, the latter abstaining, beaten flat by Yoo Jung-hyuk. Min Ji-won yielding upon Kim Dokja's entry, unwilling to oppose him. King Miryuk swiftly knocked out, the final bout stripping skills and props, a point-burning brawl. Yoo Jung-hyuk's 40,000 reserve and top-tier stats near invincible. Yet Kim Dokja, unshaken, wielded 80,000, maxing strength to 100. One punch knocking Yoo Jung-hyuk out, marveling at his resilience. Others would have died. System congratulating his absolute throne victory, point boosts retained, the goat-horned beast poised to crown the city's new king. Kim Dokja abruptly refusing the throne, the beast stunned, ruler of all here yet unwanted. Kim Dokja coldly declaring he'd never sit, nor let others, threatening enmity, knowing from the full fire law text, the throne's power tied to a doomed fate. Even Yoo Jung-hyuk only realizing this in his 41st regression. The beast whistling a new task. Kill Kim Dokja, claim the throne. Eyes shifting greedily. Jung Hee-won first sensing danger, shielding him. Yoo Sanga following, unsure but suspecting the throne's ill. Min Ji-won and King Miryuk joining after thought. The beast's order sparking chaos. Kim Dokja urging delay. He'd destroy the throne, wielding Han Soo-young's 4 battalion exhibit aid. activating the Flattener's special heart memory option, targeting Big Dipper's 7 stars, each use draining 1, summoning all 7 with lethal risk. Worth it to shatter the throne. Exhausting uses, slotting Wenzun, a tyrant-gained S-grade 3-wheel ring prop recreating Flattener uses. Realizing Big Dipper's final star, Pojun Xingjun, fused the 7 into the 4 hidden demon-slaying sword, now a ritual arrow to sever constellation ties. Kim Dokja using it to cut the throne's justice link, stabbing its base, crumbling it with a horrific scream, fully losing its dominion. The system announcing the absolute throne's refuge gone, forcibly ending the 4th main quest, an unknown divine pavilion noticing this world, followed by random punishment. Kim Dokja feeling his heart crushed, blood spilling. But the next second, the constellations in the night sky began to twinkle. Those previously bonded with him now silently watching. And for some reason, Kim Dokja felt the pain lessen, recalling the heavy lives of constellations in his mind. If this was the tale he wished to tell, they welcomed him as a new legend, a golden system window popping up. Your new legend has been forged. The tale of the king of a kingless world is born. The goat-horned beast, witnessing it all, trembled with rage, glaring fiercely at Kim Dokja, snarling, "I'll make you pay," before snapping its fingers, causing everyone present to vanish one by one. Kim Dokja unprepared for this, unable to react as the golden light whisked him away too. Opening his eyes again, he saw himself in high school, bullied daily by classmates, clinging to the fire law for resilience, until Young Hee-won's voice jolted him, snapping him back. He'd unconsciously triggered the Omniscient Reader's Stage 3, letting him see his teammates' locations, relieved the beast hadn't harmed them, merely scattering them to dismantle his faction piece by piece. Returning to reality via Stage 3, the lone son found himself on a rooftop, surroundings eerily familiar, stepping past the railing to realize it was his old company building, where he'd linger after overtime with a colleague, unsure if they still lived, wanting to check the novel's progress but finding his phone dead. Rummaging through the office for a charger when a flashlight beam hit him, revealing Yoon Sung-ho, that very colleague, astonished and thrilled to see Kim Dokja alive, explaining he'd hidden in the company, surviving on pantry food. Curious how Yoon earned points, Kim Dokja followed him outside, seeing railway tracks and caged people slaughtering each other, spectators cheering, a point farm, Yoon called it. Collaborating with colleagues to lure foodless vagrants into cages, forcing Roman gladiator-style kills for constellation rewards. Some bored by it, but the payout sustaining them, until a man yelled about an arriving star. Kim Dokja, turning to see Han Soo-young, teleported into this mess. Yoon Sung-ho mistaking Kim Dokja's stare for interest, generously offering her up if Kim traded the swords he'd eyed since their reunion. High-grade props promising more captures and points, Kim Dokja clapping his shoulder, saying, "No need for such hassle to earn points, I've a better way." Unsheathing his blade, activating unbreakable faith to sever all iron cages, freeing the slaves, thrilling the bored constellations who'd tired of arenas. Kim Dokja rescuing Han Soo-young amid the chaos, only for her to feign a faint, chiding him for ruining her kill-stealing plan, though drained of magic and strength, leaving Kim Dokja to carry her unbothered. Points fueled his non-killing king trait, 100 earning a revival coin, tossing her a recovery potion to fight alongside him. Their dual assault swiftly wiping out the traffickers, leaving Yoon Sung-ho kneeling, baffled, viewing Kim Dokja as a reclusive, bullied loner who read novels solo, only noticed by Yu Sanga, now playing hero. A hypocrite, he spat, cut short as Han Soo-young silenced him forever, disdaining a side character's trash talk. Kim Dokja quietly grateful, admitting some hypocrisy but never abandoning human limits. The pair cleaning up, Kim Dokja donning gear to end his coinless state, sending survivors to Jungwoo Road, more pressing tasks ahead. Han Soo-young trying to slip away only for him to grab her collar. I saved you, don't I deserve thanks? Snagging her phone, finding a fire law document retitled, I Die, Infinite Return. A blatant copy with a protagonist, Yoo Jung-hyun, wielding idle eyes, later swapped for a star contract. Pure plagiarism, yet intriguing since Han Soo-young knew the first 99 chapters. Easing fifth quest strategies, prompting Kim Dokja to summon the magic shop for a temp contract, discovering all his traded props. Even Ignis's bones, sold, likely to Nebula-backed Anaka, Rambilan Patriot, or the Empire's Flying Fox. But prioritizing Han Soo-young's contract, a standard fire law team pact, naming Kim Dokja her guarantor, ensuring her safety and mutual non-harm, Han Soo-young begrudging it, but eyeing his lie detection skill to probe his knowledge, the duo heading west as the fifth quest loomed, the first awakening disaster in the east requiring prior snuffing, spotting werewolf corpses en route, fire law creatures tied to live streams, rejected constellations, demon kings retaining flesh, offering despairing humans fallen pacts, werewolves among them, most blackened from toxic eggs, hinting at gunfire, when a female gunner crew approached, Han Soo-young recognizing them from Apostle recruitment, their leader rejecting her. A writer trait letting Han see Apostle data but not this woman's. Kim Dokja wary, a gunner firing, hitting a stone by a corpse. The meteor he sought, split into red for hatching seeds and yellow with elephant heads to halt growth, puzzled why they had it. The shooter calling, "You're the golden calf, right? Our boss's gift. North planting's on us. The other three are yours." Departing without a glance, Kim Dokja role-checking her as Jo Youngran, backed by Korea's first sorcerer, Jung Hee-won among her subordinates, hinting at a mightier leader. His check on them icing his blood, no novel data, a masked figure evoking a loved-hated shadow who'd never read the fire law, knowing it from Kim Dokja's unfiltered plot rants, old wounds he'd rather forget, the hatching now paramount, Han Soo-young's cloning boosting her magic, Kim Dokja fueling her to speed the meteor's bloom, 10 hours yielding a golden burst, an otherworldly werewolf emerging, the system noting the Armatal talisman, his Ignis-slaying reward, granting alien whisperer and interpreter skills, the werewolf, Lycovin of Kronos, kneeling reverently as a dragon hunter, sent to curb disaster, Han Soo-young mistaking him for another clone, Kim Dokja knowing Kronos' 5 species, ruined by seeds, survived via stream pacts, aiding worlds only to colonize them post-victory, their skills like Armatal's wind path, meant for Yoo Jung-hyuk but now Kim Dokja's, failing despite days of practice, winds weaker than a fart, Han Soo-young mocking him against Yoo Jung-hyuk's 5-minute mastery, Kim Dokja baffled, reciting, left wind, right storm, straight meets curve opens the path, stumping Lycovin, switching to 4 winds form bearings, 4 more weave tails, chilling Lycovin into meditative retreat, leaving Kim Dokja lost when a golden glow brought Rubber Band, fresh from a Bureau Inquisition, unscathed, bearing 2 updates. His channel's constellation surge nearing final tier promotion, thanking Kim Dokja, and delivering a frostbitten Yoo Jung-hyuk, poisoned by Lee Seolhwa's heavenly spirit toxin from his second regression lover, Kim Dokja brewing an antidote from novel lore, Han Soo-young fretting Yoo Jung-hyuk's wrath, Kim Dokja downplaying it yet wary, feeding him amid archangel rewards per dose, like curing a bizarre plague, Yoo Jung-hyuk waking, mute, Kim Dokja using a daytime secret prop for mental chat, Yoo urging an eastern rush, the awakening tied to Lee Seolhwa, now a toxic hen, unresentful of the throne's ruin, warning its loss misaligned meteors, accelerating Kronos' erosion, alien plants sprouting mid-talk, Han Soo-young freeing clones as foes with bows emerged, a clone poisoned, swords raining until a golden web snared them, its maker, Yu Sanga, long parted, stunning Kim Dokja, speechless.